Hey guys, Dark Humility here. You can always catch me at www.twitch.tv/Dark Humility. Usually playing Diablo 2 variety content 7 days a week. Today we're going to go over an update for the Lightning Sorc. She is now stronger than ever. This is a Chain Lightning Sorc on the Hardcore Live servers Season 2 for Project Diablo 2. Chain Lightning Sorceress, I think a lot of people probably think, she's kind of like an inferior version of a Trapson. In some ways, yes. In some ways, no. She has less immunity issues. She has more mobility. She's an A tier build, though, whereas Trapsons are S tier plus, depending on which kind of Trapson. She is still an A tier build, and she is still a beast. So let's talk about first what changed between last time and this time. She got 1k more damage on both her Chain Lightning and Lightning. She got an extra skill up in there. We still have 10,000 defense. Still have her max block. Still using Storm Shield and Strength bugging it, and we still put the rest of the points into Vitality. Stats-wise, now she has 45% damage reduction. So that's going to change how we skill her. We actually changed some things how we skill her this time. Got 45% DR, and she still has like stacked res and whatnot. Our hit recovery is also looking a bit better too because we're not relying on energy shield anymore. No more energy shield, more damage, more DR. Same FCR though, still hitting that 120 or 117 lightning FCR breakpoint, which you absolutely want. And caster's going good, so yeah, it's all good. And her MF might be slightly lower. But in maps, it's still crazy. Definitely found like multiple like horizons today and all kinds of crazy stuff already, so it's looking pretty good. Stats-wise, though, definitely looking to be a beast. We also have more negative enemy lightning res, which is I don't know if that stat was in there. I think it might have been like lightning pierce. Is that a stat that's in there? Elemental pierce, yeah. Okay, base elemental pierce 53, yeah. So. We have a bit more Pierce because we're wearing a Shooters now. Silver kind of changing her gear though. She's still wearing the Infinity. She has Cannot Be Frozen now on the Mercenaries and Darials, which is good stuff in general. Laying of Hands are a bit upgraded. Still have a lot of attack speed though. We're still hitting a really solid attack speed for him with Fortitude and giving him some extra MF when he actually kills an enemy on top of my MF, which is pretty cool. We changed out the Oculus for Ashudas, so I don't have random teleporting anymore. I don't have to be quite as tanky as long as I don't teleport randomly. This Ashudas is really good though. It's 20% lightning damage, negative 10 enemy light res. I've still put Istrans in it, but I don't have 110 on my weapon anymore for MF. Instead, we have a lot more enemy negative light res and lightning damage, which is even more effective against native lightning immunes, which allows us to do maps like Torahan Jungle pretty strong now, because we have all that negative res there, we have all that negative res there on the Griffins, which we still have the same Griffins, and we still have that triple light faceted Talrosh's armor. And we still have, of course, this amulet that's allowing us to hit those FCR breakpoints, giving us that max all res as well, causing us to have 76 all res and 80 light res. I figured with a couple of different items I could actually forego energy shield altogether so long as I have some stacked res and a ton of DR. So we're hitting 45. Last time we're hitting around 30. It's a pretty big difference there. And then we have, of course, our Storm Shield still. And, of course, our Call to Arms and our Lidless Wool. Nothing crazy going on there. Our War Traps. 30 FCR Train Gloves, though. So we don't need any FCR on our rings because we have extra FCR here, extra FCR here, and we even have FCR here. So now we have skill rings, which give us a lot of nice stats and extra skills, which is how we hit 1k more damage. But with this FCR here on top of this, which is a brand new thing I corrupted during the last Slam Fest I did, that's a really nice item on Hardcore. You get all that DR and Vitality and Replenish Life, and you get FCR on top of that. So we're hitting 120 with all that, and we get all these plus skills. We are losing the skill on the Iraq, but we gain 2 plus skills by having all this FCR elsewhere. And now, of course, with this, we're able to hit that PDR. We're able to hit more enemy negative light res. So on top of the 1k base damage, we also get more negative enemy light res. We almost have as much MF still. And we have all this crazy amount of DR and life. So having 1400 life's pretty good. That's going to allow us to survive without energy shield. It's very hard to survive on sorceresses in PD2 because you don't have crazy CTAs. It's hard to get that life up. This is really high for max block. But once you can get it to that point, I'd say like you're probably pretty safe. You can spend those extra points. I still have, of course, 1 point into sugar armor here, 1 point to warmth. You can put those extra points or not putting into energy shield into warmth if you want to regen your mana faster. I did not, but maybe in a different variation I might. In this variation, I decided to spend some extra points into static field though, and to put more points into teleport. Before I had to put a lot of points into telekinesis, 1 point to energy shield, in order to make energy shield decent. Energy shield's really annoying though because it gets just completely drained and burned by council members. And a lot of her strongest maps are maps with council members. Like, I would say Torrejon's pretty strong now because we have so much negative enemy light res, but so is Phlegethon. All those maps that have council members, and like River of Blood, she's pretty strong in that as well. And it just burns away your energy shield, which really makes it annoying. Constantly using potions, and it definitely lowers your clear speed quite a bit. So compared to the last time, we're not going to be fiddling around with the potions quite as much. We still have to use mana, of course, for using our skills. Our mana pool is still not insanely high. Like I said, you could actually put extra points into here if you want, if you forego energy shield, once you have enough DR. 10,000 defense, 75% block, 45% DR, 9 flat DR, and almost 1500 health, going on 1500 health. This character is definitely tanky enough to get rid of the DR even in maps. I mean, sorry, not the DR, the energy shield. So you can put those points as static. I put a lot of the points into teleport though, not just static, so that I can lower the damage penalty upon teleporting and using my abilities. So that's always a good idea if you want to up your DPS a bit, is getting that first teleport DPS up a bit. And there's definitely other things you can do. But she's looking stronger than ever, so that's why we're making this YouTube video. And now we're just going to demo one map to show you how far she's come here and how strong she is. I'm going to do one of her best maps, Phlegethon. And let's go. Let's do it. Without further ado, she's a beast. So yeah, I also showed you guys the gear. One thing that maybe I should show though, just before I start here, I know. So we also have some higher lifers, and I actually have 30 FHR now as well, so I don't need to rely on the energy shield to mitigate the damage so much, because our faster hit recovery is a little bit better. Because I also found one of these, and I also traded for a couple of higher lightning GCs since last time as well. So overall, she's looking even stronger. I showed off the rest of the gear that's different, so let's get to it. Chat is wagering this time whether or not we'll find a pull rune or higher in this map. Let's see if that's going to happen. Phlegethon tends to be pretty good for runes. Oh, we got council members. That's good for runes. It's very good for runes. She's really strong in mobility. She's really strong in general. She doesn't have to worry about lightning immunities once again. I made a build guide for this character. You can check it under the PD2 guide section. The guide has already been created. It's a full guide including all of her best farm areas and everything else. So I'd recommend checking that if you're seeing this video for the first time. One thing to note though is that unless the monsters are already lightning immune and have a ton of lightning enchanted, I can break any immunity with static and infinity pretty much. And with negative 53 overall on my gear and an additional negative 34 lightning res on my mercenaries infinity, we're hitting negative 87 lightning res. So if monsters are even immune, and as long as I can break them, they will get shredded. because their lightning immunity will drop to almost 0. It's definitely a lot of good quality of life on this build to have that. Because then you don't have to worry about immunities very much. Every once in a while you'll encounter a native lightning immune that's also lightning enchanted and elite. But your mercenary can still take care of it, so not a big deal. Most of them though, I can just cast static field, shoot a lightning like with these council members, and they're done. Easy mode. This is a very powerful character though. Still an A tier build though, it's definitely not one of those S tier builds. Even with even more power. There's still more power we can get though, theoretically. I guess I can say you can get a slightly better Griffins, you can always get a puzzle box with additional lightning pierce on the Ashudas, maybe another plus skill. So you can definitely still get more damage. This is not as powerful as she gets, but she's looking stronger, significantly so, than the last time we showed her off. Well, I thought I would make this video just to show you how she's doing. She is still alive as well, you know. People always ask me in the chat when I'm playing a new character. I'm sure they ask every other streamer as well. Bro, is your character dead? What happened to the X character, you know? Okay, that actually does a lot of damage. That was a multi-shot Might Aura there. How to use a juke. So even though we're not using Energy Shield anymore, which is making it to where we don't have to drain our potions as much, which is really nice. That does make us slightly more vulnerable to death still. So now I kind of have to watch those auras a bit more. You're not going to be able to tank an insane hit anymore without at least some kind of energy shield. But we have 50% PDR, so make sure you're just not amped and you're probably going to be good to go. If I was amped there, I probably would have gotten really low, so good thing we weren't amped, right? Multi-shot amp on the spear cast is pretty nasty. So these council members are immune to lightning. And easy. You know, lightning, but if I use static field, they're no longer immune to lightning. With static field plus infinity, they're done. Same as I discussed in the guide, but you know, you can kind of see just how powerful it is. Fun stuff. I did not, because she died too early in the ladder. Maybe we'll do it again next ladder, and we'll get an encore performance. Shooters is your favorite? Yeah, Shooters is really good, especially if you get high negative res. It's really nice. Against monsters I know that are lightning enchanted though, or lightning immune, I'll make sure to use static field. Against most monsters, I'm already dropping them to 0 res, so I'm not going to use static field against most monsters. But she's pretty fast. One thing to note about this character again that I probably mentioned in the guide is that on this character you don't necessarily have to go for density maps, you can actually go for like more MF. Because Lightning Sentry, Chain Lightning Sentry has a limited number of targets it can hit. Going for density is not mandatory. You can go for density just to get more use out of your maps if you want. But you can actually just go for like lower density and like MF if you want as well. Just get if you have a lot of maps to burn, it can be a very efficient way to play this character. It feels so satisfying killing lightning means that can't be broken by infinity. Even with infinity, these council members won't break, but static field's OP. It Alright, chat's awfully quiet now. I think they're waiting for that rune that's pull or higher to drop. We're waiting with bated breath. Council members spawning in the map though is definitely gonna make it more likely. Okay. Javazon's also extremely good here, yeah. This map in general is pretty friendly to lightning damage. As long as you can get the negative enemy light res decent, that is. That's why Griffin's is so good in general. And of course, the more negative lightning res you can do, even the more not lightning immune friendly maps you can do. Like, I can even do Ruins of Ajun, not insanely fast, but I actually did it earlier today. And that has two native light res, including one that can only be broken with both static field and infinity. But because I have so much negative enemy light res, as long as I break their immunity, oh my goodness. Wow, it keeps teleporting around. Go away! Go away, monsters! I think Enigma is necessary here. I don't think so necessarily. But I do like Enigma on my Javazons to reposition your opinions a bit. I think it's solid, you know. I think it's solid. This found string of arrows, nice. It's not a pull rune or higher though. Not a pull rune or higher. Uh-oh. Running out of map to put that rune. Yesterday we found Vex at like the very end of this map though, so you never know. This is ladder, sir. This is actually ladder on a mod. Type exclamation PD2. It's a very popular Diablo II mod because Blizzard hasn't been taking care of their Battle.net servers and letting the bots run rampant and whatnot. No cheating's allowed and whatnot. People really like that. It's fun. It's got some extra endgame stuff too. Check it out. 14%, okay. Another free list special if you ask me. What's up, bro, man, dude? Wow, it's a lot of spears. Oh yeah, it's definitely multi-shot. That time it's not might multi-shot though. You need all the modifiers they can get to break through my my defenses here. I don't have energy shield as a defense anymore, but it's okay. Yeah, if you get enough DR in your sorceress, definitely don't need any more energy shield. I do prefer it though when you don't have as much DR if you're going less DR. Especially if you're going to use like a Nova build, but since we're shooting from afar, nothing that makes it mandatory on this build. We can break that, yep. Lightning enchanted on that monster, we can break that with Infinity plus Static. GG. Oh yeah, easy. We almost gained half a level today. New rune words. I don't know. How long? Well, I know, but how long has it been since you played? That matters, actually. Well, I know you played LOD, but what version LOD? Like, when did you play? When was the last year you played? You happen to remember the last time you played the game? It's hard to answer that question unless have that information. Did they make new rumors? I'm not amped, I'm okay. I can be pretty aggressive here. Oh yeah, I have so much negative enemy light res with Infinity, the negative 53 plus the 34 to make negative 87 total. And that's without static field counted in. So if they're not lightning immune, they have 90 light res like those shamans, they're at 3 lightning res. Those shamans normally are super lightning resistant, but with this build it's not a problem. So instead of Oculus, the Ashudas is doing work. Getting that more DR to forego energy shield. Which will increase their overall DPS as well. Getting those FCR corruptions is allowing us to be very liberal with what kind of skill rings we use as well. Definitely plenty more gear improvements that we can have. No. So, 2013, there's been every rune word since 2013. The last time new rune words were added was what, 2004, 2003? I don't remember. Maybe it was 2002 even. Yeah, you said 2013. Yeah, there's no new rune words. Not even in the mod, not even in this mod where there are new rune words, quote unquote. Technically, there's a new one that you can't get in the base game, but that's because it's a rune word that's in the files, but they're never activated for some reason. Almost every mod activates it. Plague and Pattern. There's 2 rune words, Plague and Pattern. They've always been in the game files, but they're not super insane. Plague's pretty useful though. Make it in like claws and whatnot, like boost your skill count. Get cleansing and chance to cast lower resistance struck. Kinda useful. There we go. Lightning Cannon, break with static field. Easy. Notice that if I break it, they die insanely fast because they don't have any light res as long as I can break their immunity. It's crazy. Remember, only lower res, Infinity, and static field can break immunities. In the case of this build, we have 2 of them. Static field and Conviction, which means you're able to break some pretty hefty lightning immunes. But all that negative res on my gear does nothing unless I can break it. If I break it, they drop fast. The static field and the Infinity also are helping out at half their effectiveness when I break their immunity, on top of all the negative res that I already have. So that means it's negative 12 off static field, so we're at negative 25 on it. And then it's another negative 17, so that's negative 29. Plus the negative 53 on the base gear, so if we break any immunities, they drop to 18 light res. Which is not a lot. Especially when you have this much damage. It's really important to get that that number up, though. Pretty high on this character to you know, have a fun time playing it. Otherwise, it drops from like A tier to like trash tier, basically. I wouldn't recommend getting too close to this dude. He does a lot of damage with his meteors potentially. Looks like we're getting pretty good RNG though. I didn't get hit a single time that time. Having all this DR and 76 fire res means he's not going to kill us too fast, but watch it, because sometimes he drops like 2 or 3 meteors in the same spot at once, so you can get very low very fast. Make sure to have the Jews ready on that one. He is a monster. He'll be playing hardcore, so don't die, guys. Don't die. That's a dangerous monster. All right, that's a lot of hydras. I'm gonna have to use a tube here. Okay, never mind. I guess not. Too much gold on this character. I'll have to fix that later. Right, no runes yet. Are you guys guessing a rune sweating it? You guys sweating? What about the people that didn't guess the rune? You guys sweating it? People pay dollars for all kinds of things, man. Some people just don't have time to play the game themselves, or would rather do other things, but they still want to play the game. So they pay for them. It happens. I don't recommend it, though. That's not how I like to play the game, but I know people do. Some people, you know... It'd be tough otherwise, for sure, but... Yeah, I thought it was a grade at the time. I didn't know all I needed was PayPal. That sucks. I don't know, the way I like to play games is... I like my real life separated from my games. I like video games as an escape, personally. That's how I prefer it. To me, when you spend money on games, if winning in real life is an extension of your winning in a game, to me that's not much of a game. At that point, I'd rather just, you know, focus only on real life, you know. You know, to me, a game is an escape, but, you know, to some people, it's a distraction. It's a way to spend time when they're bored. It's not necessarily an escape. It's not necessarily another reality to enter into and have fun in. You know. I know. Philosophy of gaming, you know, you can have philosophy of everything, right? But it's true. People see games very differently than some people, so... We're getting close to the end of the map, though. There's no runes. It's polar higher. Are the nades actually gonna take it? Let's hope not. This is one of my best rune maps, too. I tried to even out the odds here. It's got council members, it has Fallens. There's another multi-shot. Got him. Make sure to telekinesis your potions as you need them. Telekinesis easy. But you don't need as much sustain though when you know you're not your mana's not constantly draining. Due to energy shield, so you don't have to mess with the potions quite as much. Which is pretty awesome. Still tanky even with that energy shield. Sweet! That boss is pretty easy then. You could get in close to static the bosses, by the way, but I don't like doing it to tentative sin. You start moving around too much, you can actually end up taking too many meteors to the face. Moving around is not a good idea against him. Standing in one spot is actually better, because the meteors are usually randomly distributed. Which means if you start moving around, more of their hitboxes can hit you more often. I don't like getting in close on that one. Especially when you don't have a huge health pool. Not good. Okay, let's see. Grand Charm, sweet. Static them as they come in closer. Oh, easy. Ralroon, baby! Druss, Xanifying Stevie, making him a member of Xana's attack squad that goes to the machine, the Arcane Disciples. Let's get those eyes of Xana in the chat. For Druss, Xanifying a brand new member, and the nays have it. Did the yays have it? Running that map. Pretty good clear speed, by the way. Not as fast as those some of the S tier builds in here, like a Boson, but almost there. Just a couple minutes slower, though. I do have a lot more MF than my Boson, though, which is one thing. It's kind of hard to stack MF on a Boson. On this character, I can just use things like I can put MF in my weapon, put MF on my boots, put MF on my armor. You can have more MF if you want to forego some DPS for sure. Especially if you want to mostly use her for LOD arrays, which she's really good at because of her mobility. Oh, baby. Hey, let's go. Yeah, thank you guys for those Eyes of Xana. Had to get Stevie his first month? Hell yeah, let's go. Thank you, Stress. Beast spin. Awesome support. What a beast. That sub number, I don't know. Where is that? I don't know. Okay. Three today already? Probably. You guys.
I can't carry it.
Hello. 1, 3. You're talking about scams on Battle.net? Oh god, yeah. What a Wild West that was. Oh yeah, I got scammed plenty of times. Hopefully I didn't fall for any of those really bad scams. I fell for a lot of like trade window and item drop scams. Because there's only certain ways to trade certain items, and it was pretty brutal. And there's also a lot of look-alike items, things that I never even crossed my mind. Not too proud to say. F rune that counts? Nope. Nope. I'm not too proud to say I fell for the classic Mephisto Soulstone Annihilus trade window scam. Probably within a month when they came out with Annies being able to put in the trade window versus dropping them. So there's plenty of drop scams for Annies, but once you're able to put them in the trade window, like brand new, like when it came out, fell for the Mephisto Soulstone. See, I did. I lost a few Hirons. Definitely sucked. They're probably duped Tyrants anyway, but you know. Lug water. All right. Okay, home.
Impossible.
Actually, check this here. Nah. Let's see if I can get like a really good one. Alright, where's that rune? Running out of map. Running out of map. And my rune luck yesterday was insane, but today I haven't seen any runes, to be honest. Oh yeah, done a lot of maps too. Runes.
I can't carry it.
No rune in this one? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Did people actually run a scam like that? To make you like click Alt F4? Wow. People not knowing about the key combinations, you know, taking advantage of a PC illiteracy. Ew. Yeah, once I fell like for like 1 or 2 trade window scams though, I got wise to them. I never fell for another one. I was like, okay, I know how they work now. Some people got really clever with them, but, you know, I kind of figured out what you could do and what you couldn't do with the trade window. And at that point, I was like, okay. Alright. Alright, so... is that map complete? I don't know. Is the map complete? Uh-oh. Looks like we got a winner here. RIP! Alright, looks like the no's have it. The no's have it. Alright, YouTube and Twitch chat, that is it for the demo and the Lightning Sorceress update. Remember, you can check out this guide and other guides in my PD2 guide section. I also have the updates in my guide section as well, so you guys can see what you can do when you get more gear or how much stronger it gets as it continue to move along. You can always catch me at www.twitch.tv/darkhumility 7 days a week usually for variety Diablo 2 content. This is a lot of fun. This character is a ton of fun. I hope you guys enjoy this insanely versatile and awesome A-tier build for both LOD and mapping content. And let me know how strong your lightning sources are, if you have any of them. Always show me your crazy gear. I never have crazy gear because I have so many builds, so I'm not just focusing on one. So I always like to see like a 100% min-max version of the build. You can always submit me any of them for any of the guides that I've made so I can see just how ridiculous they can get. And I'll continue to make updates so long as I get significant upgrades to the gear on the build guides I've already made. GG guys. Have fun guys. Dark Humility, over now.